Hi friends, welcome back. If you don't know who I am, my name is Paloma. I am an artist and I make videos here on YouTube, obviously. For today, I have a little bit of something different. I am actually going to be finishing up a sketchbook today. I have only ever fully filled and finished one other sketchbook. I don't know how I did it. It's taken me a year, but I have been determined to fill up this one sketchbook, and I've done it as of this video. And I wanted to bring you guys along with it. We haven't had a sketchbook date in a while, and I know I love seeing inside of other people's sketchbooks, seeing their sketchbooking process. So I hope you enjoy. So before we continue with today's video, I wanted to quickly bring up our sponsor for today, which is actually Printful. Printful is a print-on-demand platform and service, and if you don't know what print-on-demand means, it essentially means that there is no need for upfront inventory or any costs coming out of your pocket. Essentially, there is a third-party service like Printful. You create your design, you upload it to Printful, you can put it on a variety of different products, you connect Printful to your online store, and then when your customer buys said product, that is when the product is created by Printful and also sent out by them. So Printful essentially eliminates any sense of financial risk or any upfront costs, and I think it's a really great option for people who are just starting out with an online art business or are wanting to experiment a lot with a lot of different designs. I know when you are starting an online business, it can be pretty intimidating to deal with a lot of new things like shipping or trying to find that perfect manufacturer to get a good quality product. The good thing is that Printful takes care of all of that for you. Printful is able to connect to a lot of different online selling platforms. Like, I'm pretty sure all of them. I mean, Squarespace is there, TikTok Shop is there, Etsy is there. They also offer just like an insane variety of products that you can put your designs on. Their design interface is very simple to use, super easy. I know that there are products that I kind of want to experiment with my designs, such as like hats and beanies. That's not really something that I've ever personally tried out on my store, but I think doing it through Printful would be a really good option to test the waters. Printful is of course committed to high quality products. They also take care of ensuring customer satisfaction for you. So if you are interested in experimenting with print-on-demand services through Printful, you can sign up with the link down below. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so here we have my sketchbook, and this is how many pages I have gotten into this sketchbook, and this is how many I have left. So essentially 5 spreads and it's done, which is crazy because I rarely finish sketchbooks. So here we are. I'm gonna finish this sketchbook. I did some sketchbooking yesterday to get into the mood, and I have all of my supplies here. I have my favorite tombow markers, I have colored pencils, I have these Caran d'Ache crayons, I have my acrylic gouache paint, I have my stabilo markers and liners. So I have everything that I need to get ready and finish up this sketchbook. I also grabbed a few books for inspiration. You guys, if you've been on this channel for a while, you know I love this book. It's basically just a bunch of pictures of flowers, so it's really great flower study. And I recently picked up this Sakura Keyframes book, and I've been super into the 2000s style of manga and anime, so kind of obsessed with this lately. Maybe I'll do some practice little manga people, and then I also have my favorite Sanrio design book. Yes, I will have these next to me as a little crutch if I run out of ideas, but to get started, let's start warming up. Usually I try not to think too hard when I'm warming up, and once we do a little sketchbook tour, you'll see that normally for my warm-ups, I will do a lot of the same subject matter, which includes cubbies or cats or frogs, because it's something that I have drawn over and over again and I'm very used to. So it's a great way to get your self-confidence going whenever you're starting a sketchbooking session. I will sometimes resort to sketching the things around me. Honestly, if I start running out of ideas, I will just start looking around my desk, seeing what I can doodle in here to keep warming up. And I think it's just something that I picked up in school. Like whenever you go to art school or do drawing classes, a lot of times warm-ups will consist of simply drawing what you see in front of you or something in the classroom. And I feel like lately this transition from splitting my time between school and work has kind of been weighing on me. I honestly felt like I was going to be just 100% relieved and super happy to no longer have to split not only like my time but also my creative energy and artistic energy between like school and work, but I actually have been having a much harder time. I kind of felt like school for me gave me a lot of structure in terms of art making, and it kind of like consistently pushed me outside of my comfort zone, or like kind of like helped me slowly build a little bit more of like creative stamina, if that makes sense. And now I don't have that anymore, so the adjustment period has definitely been a little bit rough, especially coming up on fall. I thought that I would love not being in school, but I'm kind of missing it. But I am prepping for a little bit of a painting challenge for the month of October. October is always such like a fun month that everybody comes together and does like some sort of drawing challenge, art challenge. I personally will be doing Peachtober, which is Furry Little Peach's annual October prompt list, and I've always wanted to do a prompt list in October, but because of school and everything, I have never had the chance to like fully finish one. I tried one a few years ago, I want to say like 2022, but I just never was able to finish one. And now I feel determined and ready to paint every single day of October. So this like sketchbooking session was really nice to get used to gouache again. Gouache can be like kind of scary, honestly, if you're not used to it or if you're building your skill with gouache. I had honestly kind of lost my ability to use gouache a little bit. At least it felt that way. I had been avoiding gouache for quite a while because I felt like every time I picked it up, it just didn't feel right, and I think it's partially because my last semester of school was a semester where I took a painting class, and then I also had learned how to do oil painting last year, so I kind of just like fell out of practice of using gouache because it's kind of in between watercolor and acrylics. Whenever you do something you don't like on your sketchbook, just put a post-it over it. That's clearly what I like to do. Okay, I took a little bit of a break and we are back. Let's see what else I can fill up my sketchbook with. I'm really digging these little lizard guys that I drew yesterday, so I think I'm going to try to paint one because I've been trying to get better practice of my gouache painting skills because I have not gouache painted in a long time. I've been really into neon colors, I think for quite a bit now, but I have had like a little bit of a resurgence with them. So I've been using this neon holbein colored pencil to sketch underneath the paintings, and I love how it'll sometimes like peek through the edges a little bit. But something that I always think about is how I love to paint or digitally draw or illustrate with really bright colors. I mean, even with like the Riso, for example, I have a Riso digital duplicator, and Riso inks are notoriously fluorescent and very bright. And then, like, I kind of feel the opposite in my wardrobe. I think over the years, I have fought really hard to like find my true style, quote unquote, and this is like such a weird and specific thing to think about, or like a weird and specific issue to have, but I have always felt this weird disconnect between like my personal style and like taste versus what I tend to gravitate towards in terms of creating. I've always felt like those should be pretty aligned or should look similar, but I'm like, no, why? Like I can dress in all black and then you ask me to paint something and it kind of looks like this. I don't know, that's like so random, but I have just been thinking about it so much. And I've also kind of made peace with it in the sense that I don't need to be this like perfectly aligned and curated person. I think that the internet has kind of maybe rotted our brains a little bit in that sense. Like we feel like we need to be quote one aesthetic or like stick to one thing and not change or deviate, but I think it's fine. And I have just been like letting myself also delve more into like this cuter, cutesy style, which I think my style will always be cute and it always has been. But like I said, I've been more into like animals and stuff and depicting them again like I used to. I think I look back at my work from 2021 to 2023-ish, like those 2 years, and I feel a little, I think, disconnect and maybe even a little bit, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but just I feel very changed from that point in my life, not only personally, but also in my work. And I look back and have never really been able to look at my artwork from that time period very, with a lot of fondness. But lately I have been. And lately I have been trying to look back and be like, well, what can I learn from 22, 23-year-old Paloma, and what did I actually enjoy from my work in that period of time, and what can I bring into my work now? And I feel like critters are definitely something that I can bring back in and like make it feel more me and more in my current style. Okay, I think I have wrapped up sketchbooking for the day. This page is by far the best. I love the little gecko, and I also have been exploring more animal illustrations again, like I used to do forever ago. So I revisited a little possum, and then I had a sketch a few days ago. So I had this sketch that I really liked, so I decided to paint it. It didn't turn out exactly as I would like, but still a really cute page. And while yes, I technically have 2 spreads left, I think I'm gonna call it a sketchbook completed, because I'm really excited to move on to the next one. So thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you maybe got some sketchbooking in yourself, and I will catch you guys in the next one.